So when you first reached out, I was honored that you selected me to be a part of a spotlight on fathers and their music and how it impacted their children. And I immediately thought about my daughter, who I think is one of my biggest fans and supporters and beneficiaries of my musical work.
Okay. What about you? When you first, I don't know, just glanced at the email, what were your first thoughts?
Yeah, so when I first heard about this project, I think what went through my mind is like the different scenarios of growing up around music. There's a lot of different ones. Some of them were in the studio, like we had a studio at home, I think in the basement. Anyways, but yeah. So that was one of the memories of like the studio at home, and then all of us kind of being in there sometimes. There's another studio. Anyways, but the studios are like that went through my mind, the different studio sessions. Sometimes we would get on the songs or at least try to get in the songs. Sometimes it didn't work. But yeah, so all of us would try and take turns trying to figure out like which part we can get in on the song. Mm-hmm. Whether it was mixing the music or singing a verse or rapping for my brothers. So yeah, that, and then also like going to the different performances and meeting different people was also a part of the experience too. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm always, and thank you for bringing up that studio space, so I'm going to talk about that in a couple more questions. So you're already where my head is at. I'm always interested in like astrology, honestly, and just seeing the correlation between two different people. So the question is, what's your astrology sign and what's your dad's? I mean, yeah, what are your signs? And do you ever think about this connection in relation to music and like how you all kind of collaborate on any level as it relates to, you know, your signs?
Yeah, so we're both Tauruses, the sun sign. I think I don't really think about the fact, well, okay, like sometimes I think about it, but I think in terms of like me and him collaborating on stuff, whether it's ideas or family stuff, like I don't think about it that much. But it's also because we have like a lot of Tauruses in our family. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my answer.
Yeah, so my birthday is April 27th. Akilah's birthday is April 22nd. She was the first Taurus child, like in the family. But then I had another son whose birthday is May 2nd. And then we have a bonus child whose birthday is April 18th, which is not quite a Taurus, but very close. But Akilah and Gregory are 5 days either side of me. Then I have another child whose birthday is May the 6th. And so he shares the same distance from Gregory's birthday and my birthday as Shayla shares from Akilah's birthday and my birthday. So we got somebody 4 days before the person who's 5 days before me, then somebody who's 5 days after me, and then somebody 4 days from them. So it's like the same balanced seesaw on both sides of the Taurus coin, with me being the fulcrum. So, but yeah, I just really I think that certainly plays a role. Taurus is about beauty, and from at least the philosophical zodiac, stuff that's out there says Taurus is about beauty, being ruled by Venus and all of that. And so music is an expression many times of beauty, harmonies, melodies, and rhythms coming together to make something beautiful, something meaningful happen.
Ashe. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, my dad was a Taurus, so that's funny.
What's your dad's birthday?
May 15th.
May 15th, May Taurus.
Yeah, and my birthday is in April 11th, so I almost, but I'm an
Aries.
So
The
we in
revolutionary.
this April Taurus energy for real. Okay. So now let's talk a little bit more about personal backgrounds in music. So can you tell us about your relationship with music?
Yeah, so I mean, music picked me. I was born to Gregory and Ruth Mckenzie. They had a band called Oneness. That band practiced 2 days a week at my house. And so when my sister and I was supposed to be going to bed, we were in our room making dance routines to the songs that the band was playing. And so all of the things that went along with that, right? Like people having too much to drink and getting into fights and getting put out of the house at band practice, all the way down to, you know, deeply emotional moments where people were just sharing maybe a tragedy or maybe something that meant a lot to people at that time. I wasn't always really aware what was going on, but we could feel the different things that was happening. So that started my relationship with music. I ultimately went to play in the school band in elementary school. By third grade, I was playing trombone, and I started bringing my instrument home, sounding out new songs that I would hear on the radio or that I knew from wherever I knew them, and taking them back to school and asking, can I play them in the school programs? And so that was really like the start for me, like music. My father was the lead guitarist of the band. My mother was the person who wrote all of the songs. And so between them, I was able to basically get lyricism and musicianship like gifted to me through my genes, and bring that forward into my life.
What about you? What is your relationship to music? I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but anything you would like to add?
So my relationship with music is, I would also say, like, it has evolved over time, but I would also say that it picked me in a way because, like, I also grew up with my dad being a musician. So, so I feel like going to, whether it's band practice or studio sessions or performances or even like I think there's some classes and workshops that we would be going to as well, growing up, and just seeing or going to a friend's studio or something like that, like seeing different kind of environments where people were doing music and how it shaped their relationship, I guess. And so for me, like growing up, I feel like music was just there, like it was a part of my everyday life, or maybe like week to week life, you can say. So, and then I think I also played instruments growing up. Played violin. I started with violin. My granny wanted to start me with piano, but I didn't like piano at all. I was like, no, not at all. So I started with violin. Violin was cool until I think 3rd or 4th grade. I feel like 4th grade. Then I started drums, and that was cool. I continued drums throughout middle school, and then I stopped. And then I feel like that's where like my relationship with music kind of changed to it being more so of a tool. Like me personally, I listen to music based on how I'm feeling. So like I don't know, like if I'm going for a workout, I need the music that's like motivation, like you need to be your best self, like high tempo music. But if I'm like in a mood where I'm kind of like whimsical, or I'm trying to like think about certain things, and like I'm gonna listen to more it's not philosophic music, but it's just more I don't know, to me like neo soul genre, if that makes sense, if you guys can understand, like when I'm trying to get in a headspace of like thinking more about about life and like what I want to do and all of that stuff. So, and then like if I'm sad, I'll listen to like some kind of sad music. So for me, it's more of a tool of different healing patterns, like based on what I'm going through in my life. Now, that's my relationship to music. And I also feel like I'm always surrounded by it because now, like, my fiance is a musician. Like, it's funny like that. So I'm literally always surrounded by music again, like how I was when I was a child. So, yeah. And I think it actually made me think about a lot of stuff because, like, he asked me musical questions and I don't know the answers because I'm like, I don't know. Like, it was just always around. I wasn't analyzing it because I wasn't in the musician space because I was a child of a musician. It's just kind of there. But we weren't, like, unlike my dad, like, he was actively learning. They were actively learning from the music, but we were kind of just in the environment of music, if that makes sense. So, yeah, so that's me.
Okay. So you kind of already answered the second question. What kind of music do you create or gravitate towards with the ways that you engage with music? So I'm going to pass that question to you. What kind of music do you create or gravitate towards?
Yeah, the music I create is a fusion of hip-hop and probably jazz / R&B / soul type music. Because that's the music that I grew up listening to. That's the kind of music my parents made. And when I would listen to the band warm up and the guitar would tune their strings and the bass would tune its strings and the piano would just work out its fingers on different keys and the drummer just start tapping the drums in various random patterns and then somebody catch a groove, maybe the bass player starts to play repetitively some sequence of notes that is catchy, and then the drummer starts to follow with a drum pattern and the guitar with a few guitar licks and then the keyboardist with some chords, and the next thing you know, like a song has taken form just in the space of warm-up.
Yeah.
That became the format through which I even create music myself, using electronic music tools to create music. I'm forced to build the song piece by piece anyway, and so it just naturally, organically comes together if I find a nice little groove on a bass line and then start to put a drum pattern to it and add to it the same way the band built their songs during rehearsal.
Yeah.
So it was just ironic to me the way that comes together. But I think because of that, I end up creating the same kind of music they create, except I bring a modern hip-hop ear and flavor to it.
Okay. Thank you for that. That sounded really poetic. Like, I know I'm gonna use that clip, and I'm gonna like add music to it. Like, I already it was building in my brain. Thank you for that. I was there with you. So, was there a moment when you realized that you truly loved music? Like, this may be a moment where you're just like, I love this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. Like, you know, was there a defining moment like that you can recall?
For me, yes, there was. I was in the car with my mother, and I was listening to the music with her on a Sunday afternoon. Cruising with Foodie was the name of the program. And so MacArthur Park came on. Someone left a cake out in the rain. And I said, who makes songs like this? This is amazing. Like, what in the musical hell is that? Or musical heaven, right?
Yes.
Because it was such a beautiful, like, collection of melodies and harmonies and words, even. And so, yeah, I think MacArthur Park, riding with my mother that Sunday, it may have even been a Saturday, and it was kind of like a rainy day too, so like the song was like playing the theme of the day. It was bugged out. I was like, this is like the soundtrack of our life in this moment. And yeah, I think I connected with it then real heavily.
So would you say that is the one song that always kind of warms your heart, no matter what?
No, but it hit me. That song just hit me some kind of way that day.
Yeah,
and it made me appreciate music some kind of more special way. But I think, I mean, if I really, really, really think about it, like I sung in choir as a child, myself, my sister, my cousin Angie, who was also my sister. We sung together in choir, and our three voices singing this song that we learned how to sing would just blow me away every time we did it, because we sound like the full choir, just the three of us, and the beauty of it, the arrangement was so profound. Yeah, that's right. Even to this day, every time we go get together, you will hear us singing that. Thank you for affirming that. Yep. So, because you sound like you had a little something feeling about that. No, okay. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I misinterpreted. All right. So, but singing in the choir with my sisters, and yeah, I don't know. But if it's one song, really, it's "Golden Time of Day." That by Frankie Beverly and Mays. That was my mother's heart song, and that was the song that we disconnected her life support equipment after concluding that her quality of life was so severely diminished that it wasn't suitable for her to continue on in that way she would not want to. And so we played Golden Time of Day to cascade her to the gates of eternity.
Ooh-wee. That's powerful.
And I thought it was going to end like a movie in my mind. Like, as soon as the song went off, she was going to peacefully pass away, and then we were all going to just walk out into the sunset. But that didn't happen. After the song went off,
crazy.
I'm just saying, after the song went off, she was still here with us, and we had to pick some more songs, and we did. We played about 3 or 4 more Frankie Beverly and Mays songs.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and then she eventually took her last breaths. Yeah.
Ashe. Did you want to add anything? Like, what is Akilah? What is one song that always kind of warms your heart, no matter your mood?
Yeah, so the, like, for me, that song that was a memory of mine that made me realize that I love music was there was this time that my dad got all of us these small iPods. No, it wasn't even iPod, it was just the MP3 player. So, but you could put a whole bunch of songs on there. Like even if I had it now, I would literally like be obsessed. But yeah, you can put all types of songs on there. So there's this one song, I don't even know where the song came from to this day, but I know the song. And it's a song by Angelique Kidjo.
Oh yeah,
who's a Nigerian artist.
Oh yeah.
Who's a Nigerian artist, and the song is called Ije Ije. And the song is like, I don't even know what the song is about, but it's just a good song.
It is.
And it's like I want to say it's Yoruba. I think I might be mistaken. It's either, I feel like it's Yoruba or Igbo, but it's very like it's a very, very powerful sounding song. And I just remember like listening to it over and over and over and over, and just feeling like, this can't be like what am I hearing? Like, like, you know, like where you hear something and you're like, wait, I know it's a song, but like in my mind at the time, I had to be maybe like 8, 9, 10, something like that, 11, 12, in one of those ranges. I wasn't more than 12, I know that. But like in my mind, I just kept thinking like, what is this? Like what are they saying? What like I felt what they were saying, but I was like, what is this? Like, is this is music, but something else, you know? And so that's like my most memorable song, I would say, like my most memorable moment of really like falling in love with music. And even I think I played the song for my brothers. My older brother, I think he didn't care about it, but my younger brother, the one that's right under me, Corey, I think I played it for him, and he was also like intrigued by the song. Like now this is something else. And yeah, like even dad knows the song because I literally played it. I don't even know how many times. And there was other music on the iPod, but I just kept thinking of that one. And it wasn't even digital. So I had to remember exactly like which track it was to keep playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's my memory of that. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think I remember that song. It just really takes you to a place under a weeping willow or something. And the music is just kind of like, I don't remember it right now. It's like EJ, it's something.
J.
Yeah.
I'm a dimmy no more.
Yeah.
J.
I'm going to listen to that on my ride home.
Quano, something.
I also feel like it's a, not rebellion, but I feel like it's a, okay, like, we're gonna take the antics and politics of today out, but like maybe coming of age or coming out, like type of, like breaking out of something.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a rebellion kind of thing, but like breaking out of something, like re-emerging from something. That's how it feels to me. The song is like that because it starts off low and then it progressively gets like higher energy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So with the studio space, we're back there again in the basement, which is hilarious because my dad also had this basement hookup that he built by hand, and we would record down there. Like, I'm relating to this heavy. But so you talked about some of your earliest or most cherished musical memories. So I'm wondering, do you have like one specific memory that's just like, oh, I remember this, this moment that I shared with my dad as it relates to, music?
No, I don't think so. Because there's many.
Mm-hmm. Is there one that's
there's a lot. There's a lot of them, and there's a lot of different locations. So one of the ones I remember is when we were at the first house that he had with the last, well, my younger brother's mom. I'll just say it like that. That first house that they had, the basement there, it was a finished basement, but it wasn't furnished. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of just like, you go in the basement and it's just like walls. Anyways, it was weird. It was weird in a way, but it wasn't dark, so it wasn't like scary. But it was just weird. So it was like an empty space. And then the studio was there, and like I think this particular day we made that song Lovely Day for Father's Day. So he did like his own cover of that Lovely Day by, who's that by?
Bill Withers.
Okay, Bill Withers. I was about to say the wrong person and I knew it was going to be the wrong person. So we had remade that song, and the reason it, like, the memory sticks in my mind is because my younger brother was like so little. So like all of us were a part of the chorus, but my younger brother was so little that like he was like, his voice was behind us in trying to say it, so we couldn't add him to the chorus because his voice was like behind, because I think he was probably like what, 1 or 2, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I put him on there.
So he was there, but like there's this part at the end where you can hear it, like his voice is lingering in the, because he was saying also the same thing, but we had different parts going on, so it was just funny. But yeah, and then that song became like super nice. Even now, I don't actually. Can you please send this to me now that I'm talking about it? Because I haven't heard it in a minute.
I can.
But yeah, like I think that's one of the major memories that I have. Because we recorded some songs, but it wasn't always recording time. I'm trying to think. I was at the first place. Then the second one, I always thought it was funny how like this is not a part of memory, but I just always thought it was funny how like like being the daughter or a child of the artist, like you just see a lot of adult friend interaction, if that makes sense. Like as a child, you don't get to see adults interact like that in terms of, I guess, in a more intimate setting. You would say like at your house, like you don't see that. But because we were a part of my dad's art and stuff, like we saw all of that. So yeah, like he said, the drinking or smoking or whatever, like it was a lot of movement. Sometimes you just be looking around like, okay, like I know this guy was here the other day, like okay. Yeah. But yeah, so it was just cool. It was interesting. I feel like it was in a way like intriguing because like there's always something going on. So sometimes you go down and see like, okay, what song are they making today? And then another day would be chill. It was like that. So yeah.
Okay.
We made Lovely Day on McCormick.
I know that. That's what I was saying in the first house.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I would love to get
You are correcto.
a listen to that. Lovely Day.
I got you.
Yeah, that song is nice.
It was like my nod to Nas's I Know I Can Be What I Want to Be. But I just took the Lovely Day approach and just was like inspiring, encouraging children, thinking about my children. But then I've always been involved in youth work. So it's thinking about all children and like trying to just share some ideas that could inspire them, you know, to press forward in spite of the difficulties of young life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Akilah. So, what songs, or are there any songs or artists or instruments that remind you of your father? Like when you hear them, you're like, oh, this makes me think of my dad.
Songs, instruments,
artists.
Actually, I feel like what's funny is, for me, I don't think of my dad in terms of music. I feel like I hear more of the words from the songs. And I feel like that's the poet in me. Like I'm a secret poet. I don't share my poetry. Secret. Anyways, but yeah, that's the poet in me that like yeah. So most of the times when I hear stuff, when I hear things that remind me of my dad, it's words that come from the songs. And it's funny because like even me and Evo, who's my fiance, we talk about some of the words now. Like the words stick with you. And he has this one song that hold on. And he has this one song that we always think of the words because of what my fiance is not dealing with, but you can say like some of the things he's going through in his life. But it's the one song that he has that is, what is the song called? Oh, this is hard. Wait. It's not Another World. It is. Oh man, I'm blanking. Anyways, I know the line. I don't know the song, but there's this line that's like, when you close your eyes and you picture Jesus, what do you see? And then he says, a white deity. Yeah, so
that's Black empowerment.
But okay, yeah, Black empowerment, yeah. So that song, I think since I've been here, has been going through my head a lot since I've moved. And yeah, because like I just be having a lot of questions, and I just be like the chorus is like black empowerment keeps me wondering where the power went. And so yeah, like for me, when I think of my dad, in a lot of ways, it's more so like the words from the songs. Yeah, the lyrics. That's the right way to say that. I'm saying the words like it's not a word. Yeah, the lyrics from the song. Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if any artists come to mind, and this is a tricky question because they're like comparing them to your dad, but I'm wondering if any artists come to mind, you know, in the genre that they create in that remind you of your dad, if that makes sense.
So I would definitely say Nas.
Oh yeah.
And I think a lot of people say that, but I actually understand why, because it's just like it's very similar. I don't feel like I like Nas's lyrics as much. I'm not gonna lie, because some of the lyrics I'm like, no, like that wasn't it. But like,
did we get that? No, I'm just.
Yeah, but I feel like Nas's music reminds me of him, and then also like we have this particular album that I remember listening to in the car, all of us. The Nas and Damian Marley album. Yeah, that will always remind me of my dad and just like all of my brothers and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
What about you? Yeah, I'm gonna give you this question too, because I know you don't create music like outwardly and such, but I'm wondering if there's any songs or artists or instruments that remind you of your daughter. Yeah, even if you're just now coming up with it, like.
So Isn't She Lovely? Stevie Wonder. The first time I heard that song, I was in a similar space like when I heard MacArthur Park. Like I had heard the song a million times, but I had never really heard the song. And so I had a carpet cleaning company. I had some headphones on and I was cleaning carpet. And it came on and I heard the baby crying, and then I heard like really what Stevie was really saying. And sometimes you gotta like have a life experience in order for the song to make sense to you. And yeah, like I think Kari was just recently born. I didn't have a daughter yet, but I had a child. And I could fully appreciate what Stevie was saying in those lyrics. And yeah, so that song certainly reminds me of my daughter. Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder.
That's beautiful. Were there any certain sounds or musical traditions that were always present growing up for you?
Oh yeah. So we grew up going to church. My mother and her sisters had and my next door neighbor, they had a singing group called Voices of Truth. And so they went around and they performed at churches all over the city. And they got paid to sing. And they would wear the matching outfits and sing their songs. And we learned their songs, you know, while they were doing that. And so harmony, music, singing, harmony, like hearing harmonies, arranging harmonies, that's always been a part of like the world around me. So even when they were doing oneness and they would be singing, me and Renita would be in the room singing our parts. We would get a part that we made, our part, you know. Renita's my sister, shout out to Neat. And so yeah, I think really like singing and arranging harmonies is really the main thing. But nothing hits like the piano.
Yeah.
Nothing hits like the piano. And even an electric keyboard that's on an acoustic piano setting, it's just so beautiful. It's so complete. It's almost all by itself a band, you know. But those would be the two my two answers to that question.
Okay. What about you? And I know you've also kind of talked about this already, but anything else you want to add about any certain sounds or musical traditions that were always present growing up?
I don't feel like we had musical traditions. I'm trying to like think more clearly because a lot of stuff was just like, you know. Anyways, but
Hey, Akilah, do you remember this? Make some noise if you love to read. Let them hate. I'm going to make those A's and B's. I'm going to learn till it... Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
we used to play that in the morning.
So we did have, for a specific amount of time, I think that's why it gets lost in my memory because I was a bit young. But anyways, I do think about it from time to time. But we used to have these like, wait, did you make those rap?
No, that was my friend I Am.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, why do I feel like, anyways. So yeah, so there were these like school kind of like education empowerment for kids, I think, raps that we would sing on the way to school. When we were younger. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever share those with your classmates?
I have no idea. I feel like it's possible. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Probably not. But I don't know. I was a outspoken kid, so I feel like if it was something that was on my mind, then I would have shared it.
For sure.
Yeah.
So we have, as you know, it's kind of a tradition in like black families growing up, maybe, that you would be at holiday functions and be like, perform that song, do the thing in the middle of like the living room. Everybody is staring at you. Have you ever had an experience like that?
I feel like those things try to happen, but I don't like pressure, and I don't like
they try
when
to
people are like try to sing for us. Like no. Like if I practice it, I'm gonna sing it. It's gonna be cool, but not just on the fly like that.
Okay.
But I don't think we had it as a tradition. Maybe there was sometimes at my class, but I don't think I was singing. It was more like if you have a song, a special song.
You said,
but we did have like where we would share our music in the car. In the last few years, we had that
music that you just created on your own time.
No. Like our most recent like love songs. Like all of us. My dad would play his, I would play mine, my brothers would play theirs. Like we would just share our music, like the music that we were like, I guess you can say resonating with at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's just like themed, and you're like, well, what's the most recent love song that you've heard? Like you want to share that? So songs that other people have created. Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like whatever space you're in. So like, now the younger kids, I don't think they got the point of it, but, but like the point of it was so that like we could kind of understand, like kind of feel each other's energy through the songs. So like if there was a particular song that you were liking, I think I shared different Afro beats because that's what I was like vibing with at the time. There was a time I had shared there's this Kehlani song that I think I was going through a heartbreak that time, and I had shared that song. Even like Dad was sharing some of his different songs based on what he was going through. So it was kind of like that, because you know, like on the car ride when we were younger, on the car ride we didn't get to So this is the other life of being a child of an artist. So whenever we're in the car, we didn't get to play our own music or the radio music. So it was always like his music playing different albums of his music, and like we're just like, okay, like we know you have music, that's cool, but like hear something else. But yeah, so it's cool. But yeah, so this is like as all of us were a bit older recently in the past like 5 years or so.
Okay.
We start doing this where we put the aux on, we play our song that we're kind of feeling at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
During these moments,
I'd like to respond.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's why I feel you gonna answer it anyway.
The creative process.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, requires the like refinement. You know, bees they suck the nectar in, they take it and they refine it in their stomach and they regurgitate it back to the hive, and then other bees come and they suck it again into their stomach, refine it some more. This refinement process, so that you can, when you get done, you got medicine. And so like I had to keep listening to it and keep listening to it and keep listening to it so that I can go back and make it better and better and better. So that's what that was about. And also, yes, I resist the radio program and some of the other musical programs that's out there.
That was the other half of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I needed affirming ideas in my mind, so and in y'all's minds.
Cool. So. We ended up learning all of the songs. So that was nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, but did you find that? Sorry, this is off the script. But did you find that album?
Which one?
The audio of the album. I don't know what it's called.
You talking about the first album?
Traveling in Style.
Raw Materials?
Is that Raw Materials album?
Yes, I have it.
You have it.
Mm-hmm.
I need that.
Okay, I got you.
I gotta get some of those memories back in my head.
Okay. You wanna play it while you drive around?
I don't drive.
Okay, all right.
So back to that living room question. Do you have an experience with that? It's like,
being called to the carpet to sing.
Yeah.
So check it. My grandma, shout out to Grandma Verna. She was the matriarch of the family. She had a deep voice like this.
Wow.
When she would sing, and that was always amazing to me, because my grandma was like a really beautiful woman.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect this voice to come out, and she'd be like, "Yield not to temptation."
Oh,
You're like, "Dang, grandma, that's
that's familiar."
So, but
Duality.
yeah, it was bugged out. So, but we would always, the whole family had to sing, right? Not just the kid, not just the children. There was a competition always between the generations. So, again, I grew up in the church. We learned a lot of church songs. We sang as a choir. So me and my sister and my cousins, you know what I'm saying? In that generation, we was a choir. My mom and her siblings was a choir. Grandma would have us battling choir against choir. And then she would be recording it. Then we would sing all together some songs. And we felt like we was better than them. Like we was young. We had the hot energy. And so we would sing, you know what I'm saying, some modern songs that we had learned. And we felt like, you know what I'm saying, they couldn't really mess with us like that. But anytime we went like on a family trip and we were all together, we would sing in a restaurant, at the rest stop or wherever, and just like mesmerize people, because we sound like a whole big choir, you know, when we all sung together. But yes, they called us into the middle of the room. We was playing in the backyard, eating grapes or apples or whatever we was doing. And they called us in. Come on, sing my song.
Yeah.
And then we had to stand there and line up and get in line and sing the song and do our little dance move, you know, that you do.
What was the little dance?
Right.
It was side to side, you know, like a choir.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We was singing this song, what was that song? Oh my God. God has already promised. God has already promised.
Yeah, sing that for us right now. No.
Nope. I ain't doing it. Grandma, I love you as an ancestor. If you channeling yourself through B-Word
I know,
right
literally, because
now,
that
I'm
be
denying.
happening.
Okay, wait. Another side note. Have you seen the trend of people making their kids do Drew heels as exercise?
Oh yes. Yeah, do them Drew heels.
No, I have not seen that. That sounds
And they
ridiculous.
just, hopping and like crying. I have a friend that did that, and he posted it on Facebook.
Drew heels.
Like, man, 20 Drew heels now.
That's wild. Yeah, I hadn't heard of that. Thank y'all for sharing that with me.
Yes, of course.
I don't have it. I don't have any social medias. I'm proud of that.
Yeah,
and so
that's
I don't
really
get to
good.
see any of that.
Actually, that's false. You have the social medias. You just don't know how to use them. That's very.
Don't know how to use them is also false. I choose not to use them, and they're only there so that you can use them to manipulate our social medias for Akilah. Other than that, they can go.
So you don't have any personal posts.
Check them.
Anyways, I don't know. I never looked, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
Anyways, all right.
So
Probably from 5 years ago.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I've purged my space of that, and it's such a peaceful space.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about Drew Hills. I don't know anything about anything. People be like, "Hey, did you hear about?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm not on social media. I don't. If it was on there, I didn't see it for sure." Mm-hmm. They're like, "It was on the news." I don't watch that either.
Oh, for sure.
They're like, "Oh, gee." They're like, "Man, you gotta know what's going on around you." I said, "I do.
Yeah, I know.
I live in this world. I'm offline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know a lot was going on around me. I can tell you the up to the minute report." Anyway.
The minute report.
The kids will tell you about the Drew Hills.
They keep me posted.
Yeah.
So, Akilah, this question is for you, and maybe you have already shared it through what you've shared, but how would you describe your father's personality, especially in relation to music? I heard you say something about motivational, but anything else you want to add?
Yeah, so I feel like my dad is like duality, a lot of dual energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like on one side he's very like funny in a way of like joking, like jokes, like he likes to make jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like that's the one side, and then on the other side, he's like very philosophical.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, but his philosophical stuff comes out in poetry. Like it comes out poetically. So that's why when he was saying something about coexisting, and he was like, "So coexisting is like this," and I was like, "Don't be philosophical." But no, I appreciate the philosophical aspect of him. But sometimes I'll be like. Anyways, but that's his personality. Philosophical and jokester.
Okay.
But also he's very like he is very I don't know, wait. I'm finding the word. Like I guess I would say observant. Like he kind of watches how people are around him, how people react to different things, especially us, like as his children. He observes that and takes it in, is like makes note of it. Yeah, I would say that's pretty much that's the main three things. Yeah.
Okay, how would you say he was as a father growing up?
I would say he was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how I would describe it, because I feel like there was a balance of like the two things I just mentioned. Like there was a balance of like the sternness of being a father, and then also like being joking and cool and like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to add about how he expressed himself musically?
I feel like a lot of like the ideologies that we as a family, I guess, have in terms of like pro-blackness, Pan-Africanism, most of that I think is displayed and reflected in the music as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to expand a little bit on the studio space in the basement. So take me back there. Like, okay, we're going down the stairs. You're laughing. We're going down the stairs.
Actually, wait before we go to the going down the stairs part, because that just reminded me of a whole. Anyways, I don't know if were we going into the studio space to stay. I don't even know why we were going down the stairs, but I actually got a really bad incident because for some reason this particular day I was pushing my brother down the stairs. We're all walking, but I felt like, and this is not me saying this like now looking back, obviously it was ridiculous, but in my head at the time I just kept thinking, like, why is he walking so slow? I don't know why, but in my head I just kept thinking that, and I'm like, he's in front of me and he's walking this slow. Like, I didn't mean to like push him off the stairs, but I was trying to like get him to like move a little faster, and I couldn't find the words in enough time, so I ended up pushing him off the stairs.
Who you push off the stairs?
Corey.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I definitely got a whooping for that because it was bad. Like, we were halfway down the stairs, so it wasn't like I just pushed him off the last two steps.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of far down. You feel me? So yeah, but that just came to my head when you said going down the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to that. Going down the stairs.
Okay, so we're going down the stairs. And I mean, what do you see? Like, how does it feel? Like, you know, what's the energy of the space? What are some obvious objects that are always there? Like, just kind of like, you know, go into your secret poetic brain and like map it out for me a bit.
Okay, so I'll speak more so on the most like recent studio space that was there. So you go down the stairs, and I think you make hold on, let me put myself in I think it's a left. Wait, is this right? This is right. That's left. It's a right turn. And then when you're going down the stairs, make like a right turn, and there's like this room in the basement. Now in front of you there was like our game room, like our hangout room, playroom, game room, hangout room, all of that. But on the right there's the studio. But the studio is like wooden, so there's like wooden panels and all of that stuff. Around there's the computer there's the microphone, there's the keyboard. Trying to think what else. There was also a lot of like ancient African decorations in there. Some sculptures, and then some like, I don't know if it's masked or feathers, fabric, something like that. Kind of blanking on those details, but yeah. And so it's like in this room, and then inside of the room there's another like space for recording. Wait, is that a different? I think there's another like small room in there for recording the sound. So yeah, so that was always cool. It's kind of a small space, but people always end up fitting in there to record the music. Yeah.
So every time you would go down there, like, how did it feel to be in that space?
I feel like anytime we're going down the stairs, it was like we're going down there for fun. So yeah, like it was just like a thrill of like just like that was our fun time. So some of us were in the studio. I think we usually went back and forth between the rooms. Okay. We had kids, like we in there. I think Gregory, my younger brother, would be in there. Like he would stay in there. And then the rest of us would kind of be back and forth. Like, oh, okay, the song's here. Oh, okay. Go back up.
So you were allowed in that space, like freely?
Yeah. We were freely allowed in the space.
Oh, okay.
Now there are sometimes I'm pretty sure like when the actual recording was happening, I don't think we could just like run in and out. But outside of that, like when he was during the creative process, and then also just like I guess you can say making the music. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, question to you: building out that space. I don't know. Just kind of talk about what it was like building out, why you did certain things.
Yeah, so that was my second iteration of my studio. And I called it Blackout Studio. So I painted the walls black.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, I didn't even really have to do much building. There was a room already partitioned in the basement next to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a storage room. And then next to it was a pantry inside of the storage room. So I took the pantry that was close to the stairs, soundproofed it, made it my soundproof recording booth, and I let the other room be my engineering room.
Mm-hmm.
And conveniently, the bathroom was right there, so any of my company who were coming in to use the studio, they come right down the stairs. They don't have to go upstairs into the house. Be right contained all in the basement, restrooms included. So, but the only building out that was required really was painting.
Mm-hmm.
And putting the right desk in place and putting the right soundproofing inside of the room that we recorded in. And the rest was history. We was ready to plug and play after that. Of course, I put the culture around so that, we could have the right energy present in the space for anchoring the type of music that I wanted to make. And it was it. Press play.
Okay. Question to you, Akilah, as we wrap up. Did your dad ever school you in any type of music? Like, hey, make sure of this, or just little tidbits here and there?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe this is just me, because I'm realizing this is a common theme of my childhood was that I was really present, which is not bad, but it's just when you think about it, when you try to go back in some memories, you're like, was I thinking about stuff, or where was I at? I was just kind of there,
Mm-hmm.
But I think over time, we learned stuff by seeing it. More so, it wasn't kind of like a class, at least for me. But if there was something I wanted to ask him, a particular skill that I wanted to do or something, it would be there. I think I feel like there was some things that were there. I can't really remember, I won't lie.
That's okay. Do you remember any phrases that your dad will always say?
In terms of music?
Just in general, but yeah, in music for sure, but just any quotes that you will always say.
In general. Wait, I feel like I made notes of this.
LOL.
I have a problem remembering them. When you remember them when you think about it, but then when you need to remember them, they're not there. No, there's a few of them. I think I'm blanking a little bit, but they're there. It's kind of a lot of them. Also.
It's okay if you can't remember. Yeah.
I think I'm a brainstorm them.
That's
and then
fine.
I'll send them.
It's okay.
I have them. It's just yeah.
Okay, so question to you, Bubba Greg. So, how would you describe your daughter's personality, especially musically?
So Akilah is a bold Pan-African queen mother in the making. So she's not reached that level yet, obviously, but she's on that path. To have the courage to relocate to Tanzania after just 2 weeks of a travel abroad, and then come home and develop the plan, carry it out, and then execute a move before her 20th birthday and find a way to sustain herself there is a testament to that boldness, to that Pan-Africanness, to that Queen Mother in the making energy, right? That Kandake energy. And so musically, it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. The music that she selects reflects that. Mm-hmm. And as she, aptly says, we all kind of experience all kinds of complexity and layers and dualities and trialities, quadralities, right? If we're going to get all philosophical.
Quadralities.
Quintalities, you know what I'm saying? We can keep going. But the point that I'm making is basically, in all of that complexity, the common thread that you're going to find is those three key characteristics that I described off top. Mm-hmm. Just boldness, Pan-Africanness, and, commitment to following through on whatever it is that she set out to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, determination. Yeah, that comes. Her music choices reflect that.
Okay. So, thank you both. I have one last question. So beyond the notes and the melodies, what life lessons has music taught you through your father-daughter relationship? So maybe you can approach this by thinking about the lessons between the both of you and related to music. However you want to approach this question, but just somehow incorporating music in your response.
Music is the ultimate Sankofa bird. And we think about the Sankofa symbol where the bird is looking at its tail with an egg in its mouth. Right? So holding the future at the same point of the past while moving forward. Music puts you in a position to do that. Mm-hmm. Because I don't journal or have a diary, but music allows me to put the feelings of my heart and meditations of my mind into a place that I can access it forever. And sometimes it's the future because I haven't created it yet. And other times it's the present. And then it ultimately becomes the past. But as the past, it becomes a reference point for the egg that is in my mouth as I'm reflecting on the past, moving forward into the future. So it just becomes like a continual circuit of the Sankofa bird, of that cycle. And it gives me like a mechanism to continue to move through life and through all my relationships, particularly with my daughter, but through all of them, right? These songs, these things that we've created, and even ones we haven't created, but ones that we hold together, like EJ. They give us a way to have a thread that ties us together.
Ashe. What about you, Akilah?
Yeah, so I feel like some of the life lessons that I have learned through music is self-expression. I feel like I never, that there's that point in your teenage years where you kind of question stuff or whatever, and maybe you don't have the most confidence, but I feel like me leaning back into that musical side and really just tuning in with music and how all the different layers of music shape the one sound helped me to realize self-expression is the main thing, and self-expression can never be a bad thing, whether you're expressing something dark or whether you're expressing the most happiest feeling. Yeah, I feel like that's one of the main things I have learned. And yeah.
Okay. I really want to ask y'all this last question. It's kind of like a fun question. I know I said one more question, but this is the last one, I swear. If y'all can create an album together, what would that album be called?
Sankofa.
I don't like that. I don't know.
That's you don't get to not like my suggestion. Let's hear yours.
Okay, all right.
Have to be less reckless.
If we made an album together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I never thought of this one. Trying to think of what it would be called. I keep thinking of duality, but I'm trying to think of what in a symbol or a I would say we would call it Ma'at.
Okay.
I would call it Ma'at.
Okay, so real quick, why Sankofa, why Ma'at?
I say Sankofa because, as I described, music being that circuit that way for me. If I made something with my daughter, that's just further, stretching into that thought process, that platform of the past, the present, the future coexisting together in order to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Through time, through this eternal now.
What about you, Akilah? Why do you say Ma'at?
Yeah, I would say Ma'at because Ma'at, the main focus of Ma'at is really about balance. And I feel like both of us are Tauruses, but we have the feminine energy and then the masculine energy of Taurus. And then it's also like the father energy and then the daughter energy of it. So it's balanced to me. I feel like, that's why I would say Ma'at. Yeah.
I like yours.
No, I'm joking. But yeah, or we can call it Sankofa Ma'at.
Yeah. Sankofa Ma'at, I like that too.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.